Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. And boy oh boy, for those of you who know me personally, some of you have been asking for this video. I've gone through some breakups and new and repeating relationships and things like that, and people are, asking me, they're like, all right, so with this personal stuff you're dealing with, can you put that on YouTube? And I'm always like, well, people may not want to hear that. But I've always felt like I wanted to make a video like this. Reason being, my birthday is right after Valentine's Day. So one of the painful things is if you're alone and you don't want to be alone, you're feeling lonely, Valentine's Day, it's kind of like, well, hey, your friends or your family, whoever, they're with their people, whether they're in new relationships or long-time spouses or what have you. And then there's you, Valentine's Day, not with anybody. There's you the next day, hoping that people acknowledge your birthday, and then they do not, because, they're busy. And you kind of feel that going into your birthday. So that slight depression you may have for Valentine's Day can carry over into your birthday. So for me, it's been something I've been dealing with all my life, obviously. But I'm not talking about my birthday or anything like that, but, Patreon, Cash App, whatever. Hit your boy up. Holla at your boy. Like, comment, subscribe, share. That out of the way, there is a YouTuber, Boogie2988. I used to watch him all the time, and he made a video, and this is my version of that. He made a video, a story time on the subject of breakups and heartache and all of that. I don't remember what the actual title is called, but you could type in Boogie2988, put in story time, breakups, relationships, and there you go. I felt like doing a new version of that 2022 because I'm not sure where he was at when he did that video, but I do know that was many, many years ago, and dating has changed a little bit. We have the swipe culture, the different apps, phone apps. People get over people very quickly. You may have somebody that starts out as your boo thing, and then they're like the boo ghost, just gone. Not necessarily because they died, they just didn't know how to tell you what it is that you needed to know, which is it's not working. And there are people who will tell you things that they will tell you that things aren't working, but they won't put forth the effort to make them work. Those same people usually don't put forth effort into the relationship to begin with, so you have to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to that. It's not enough for you to love someone. That person has to love themselves. Because if they love themselves, then what you bring to the table or do not bring does not deter them from loving themselves. You feel me? So why am I making this video? Because I went through a relationship or heartache recently. Maybe. I don't kiss and tell. I don't put my business out there like that, although I'm making this story time video. But it's just for me to help you, not necessarily to just put myself out there like that, right? But don't worry about me. I'm okay. I'm happy. Again, happy with yourself above anything else. You've got to be comfortable with who you are, know who you are. And it helps when you have somebody who's supportive. So they've got to love themselves and also be supportive of you, and it should be a two-way street for these relationships to work the way they need to. But one of the poignant things that he said in that video that he made was, get out there, put yourself out there, not necessarily back into other relationships. You don't necessarily need to jump into something with somebody new just to get over somebody else, because hurt people, right? What you've got to do, though, is be around friends, loved ones who you need a distraction, because it's not just going to go away. You ever have, a scar, a scab or something, and you keep picking at it, wanting to go back to how it used to look? You've got to leave it alone. Give it time to heal. And for you, you're not healing by just focusing on where you're cut. You've got a whole rest of your body, a whole body of works, hobbies, things that you could be involved in that you need to also give attention, because love, partners, relationship is just one aspect of life. Your life is not incomplete because that's not there. You got to stop that nonsense. There are plenty of people who they never get married. They just by themselves do their own thing, and that works for them. I don't see myself that way, but you have to be comfortable with that if you think you're going to be able to make it with somebody else. Who wants somebody who feels incomplete on their own and that you have to complete them? That's not how it works. You've got to complete yourself. And with somebody else who also is complete themselves, y'all just reap the benefits of enhancing each other, because iron sharpens iron, in the sense that I can't look for you to complete me. I can't look for you to make me happy. I've got to be happy with myself. We are infallible creatures, or we are fallible. We make mistakes is what I'm trying to say, whichever that word is. And if somebody lets you down, suddenly you don't love them anymore? Suddenly life stops? No. You've got to pick yourself up one way or the other. So don't put everything into somebody else, especially if you don't have it there yourself. Who wants somebody who feels empty? That's negative. It's not attractive. But somebody who's confident and knows himself and has goals, that's what's attractive to people. And sometimes you meet people who are attracted to you for that, but you find out they don't have any real ambition or goals, or they don't line up with yours. So, things don't work out. Things run their course. That's how it is sometimes. That doesn't necessarily mean people are bad people. There are bad aspects to how they go about relationships, and you have to be mindful of that too. Everything is not a battle. Sometimes you break up with people. It's not because of infidelity or something harmful like that. It's just you have to know your boundaries. You've got to know your limits and say, hey, I can't help this person, or this person isn't helping me. And some people are incapable of doing that because they're immature. Immature, self-centered, whatever. Does that necessarily make them bad? I don't know. But what I will say is you have to forgive yourself. So that's the second thing. The first thing is loving yourself. Post breakup, you've got to have distractions. You've got to learn to love yourself again if you don't already, because it's a lot easier if you have distractions and you love yourself. It's a lot easier to move forward, because really you want to move forward, and breakups unfortunately keep you in the same place. Everything else is going on around you, but you choose to dwell and stay sandwiched in the same place because you feel like something's missing. You forgot who you are. But if you love yourself and you never forgot who you are, you're just like, hey, this is part of life. On to the next thing. You'll meet somebody else. What sucks is the investment that you put into somebody is now suddenly meaningless. But if what you took away from it is, hey, I had a good time, I learned from this, you have to always learn something from it. That would be lesson 3, right? And, the takeaway from all 3 of those is that the person who broke up with you, or you broke up with, you should be happy in the sense that after a while you'll realize what went wrong. Maybe you don't get the closure that you want. I know that's been issues for me, but sometimes you don't need it. Sometimes you've got to look at you, rebuild you, work on you. As long as you're working on you, you'll come to the conclusion that the person who it didn't work out with, they are moving themselves out of the way. And this is from Boogie, by the way. This was a great thing about his video. They are moving themselves out of the way for the next person, for the next you, for the better you, as long as you continue to better yourself, okay? So that's what you've got to take away with. So that's pretty much everything I've got to add, you guys. I love you guys. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. And don't let these things eat you up. There's a lot of people who they succumb to their own demons, their fears, their self-hatred. They take it out on themselves, if not other people. And that's not the way to win. The best way to win is to be a better person for the next person. And if there's no next person, just be better for you, because people are always looking. And, the person who you may be with may be looking at you when you're best. Why be bitter when you can be better? Okay? Love you guys. Other Yellow Hat Guys out. See you in the next video. Happy Valentine's Day. Captain Sensation.